Hi there. Awesome. Welcome to 2020. First video of 2020. Excited to be back. Took a little bit of a break, but I needed it. You know, sometimes you got to recharge over December. Hope everyone else did too. Yes, let's get straight into it. So 2020 is a new year. Biggest change is I'm not in my car anymore. I managed to get myself a flat, which is exciting. You know, moving out's always a great thing. But yeah, let's just jump into the video. So 2020 started. A lot of great things have happened this year so far. It's been 20 days. But one big thing happened to me that's kind of just really kind of kicked me back a little bit. Another reason the video took a little bit longer to come out is my grandfather passed away. And we had a really great relationship throughout my life. He was always there for all the sporting events, was always very supportive. And he was a big reason I got into real estate. He was kind of the guy to start the real estate trend in the family, and my father followed it, and my aunts and uncles and the whole kind of, all the Durr family kind of followed after him. But yeah, so he passed away, and really got me thinking about life, thinking about, obviously as you do when someone you love passes away, just puts the reset button on life and makes you just analyze things. And I thought a great thing to pay a little bit of tribute to him maybe was just talking about some of the things he taught me, or the big thing he taught me, if you couldn't tell from the title of this video, is storytelling. Is that he was a salesman, but more than anything he was a marketer, and more than that he was a storyteller. I can remember all of his stories he told me, because he told me more than once. He would always go over and over and over and things, and they weren't ever boring because he was always so good at it that it was entertaining. And it's kind of struck me as one of his greatest talents. He's also a writer, very talented guy with words. And I thought I'd touch on it, like the importance of storytelling in anything we do. I mean, as humans, we tell stories every day. We wear the stories, you know. Are you the loud guy in the group? Are you the shy one? Are you the thinker? You know, we have these superficial judgments we place on people by the stories they tell, but how they wear, how they walk, how they talk, and it's all just a story. And some of them are true. The best ones are true, but it doesn't stop the fact that they're stories. And the importance of stories is it helps us communicate things. My grandfather always used to tell stories with a deeper meaning, to try to teach you life lessons and things like that. And I think we all know stories in our lives that do that. I mean, books, movies, things that engage with us on another level always tell a story, and that comes back into sales very clearly, because it's actually just a genuine connection with a human being when you tell a story. And the importance of it is the truth behind it, is that the best stories are the ones that are true to ourselves. And I think a lot of our lives we spend trying to find out what our story is, and then eventually we get able to tell it. But then in a more practical way, how does that deal with marketing? How does it deal with sales? How does it deal with anything we do? Is that, I mean, in general, the whole marketing sphere, the whole sales sphere is evolving into content marketing. And what is content marketing? What is social media? Except just leaving a story for people to read or to skim over, that they can get a gist of who you are, kind of thing, which I think is great, and I think it's awesome. But we mustn't forget to tell good stories. And that was something always Bappa used to do, was tell really good stories with bigger meaning. And then that's the same thing, like, what is a house? You know, what is a house? And he always used to tell me the same thing. He says, what is a house if not a home? You know, it's just four walls and a roof, basically. But you tell the story of the home. You know, you envision people in there. You say what you could do, what it could be. You sell the dream, if you will. But it's a very real and practical thing to do, is that you tell the story and you get the buy-in, you get the emotional connection. And we do it with friends, you know, all the time, is you tell stories to your friends and they get it, they understand. And you know, movies as well, and like I said, books, is just, we're never not telling stories. And I just wanted to point it out and say, yeah, just tell a good story. Tell a story that you mean to tell, and be conscious of the fact that you're always telling a story. And I don't mean that in like a sarcastic, superficial way, that it just needs to be like this, you know, shallow thing. I think you can tell very deep, meaningful stories as well. but tell them, like, please tell them. Like, we live in an age where technology is everything, and I mean, this YouTube, blogs, the internet, whatever, is that we're in a position where we can tell stories, and I think we should. And so I'm trying to encourage people to tell stories. You know, whether you're a salesman or not, whether you're shy or you're loud, think about the story you're telling. Think about how it affects people and how you could tell it better. And what do you mean by certain things? Because I know that's what Bappa used to ask of me was, okay, cool, but what do you mean, kind of thing. And I always knew the genuineness of the stories he told. And so yeah, so that's kind of the big thing that came out of what he taught me in my life, and something that I'm still working on, and something I'm gonna encourage you guys to do is tell a good story, tell a story you mean, tell a story that's truthful to you, and look for a story that matters, because they all do, but it also matters how you tell it, how you speak it into the world. So yeah, that's gonna start off 2020. I hope 2020 is a good story. I hope you find out the different chapters you want to tell, and then you tell them well. But otherwise, have a good day, week, year in life, and I'll check you guys around. Cheers.